Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Quick Shits with a Shirtless Plantain Show. We have a special guest here today, Micah. He's actually kind of worse than the Chelsea fan. Doesn't have a team. He's neutral. I'll let Mike introduce himself to you. So,
hi guys. You might know me. You might know me on Twitter as Micah, but it's spelled Mixah. Yeah, so I'm just here right now to spread some agenda, spread some love, spread some insight into my view on the sport in general. And like, if Big Man has any questions for me, I'll be more than happy to, explain to you lot or give you lot how I feel about certain topics or certain things on my side.
So, kind of our first question is, how'd you get into the sport? I know most of us been watching the sport since like we can't even remember, but what kind of got you into football and like get things like that?
I'm having a conversation with you, Tosin, but like the difference between we had 3 children, me, my brother, and my sister. Now, me and my brother, we went to a primary school. We were all born in the UK, raised in the UK.
Yeah,
and I feel like I was always very skilled in the sport, but I never had the passion for the sport. I never had a passion for football. Like I knew I could play and I was good at it, but I never really had the passion. My brother, on the other hand, as skilled, but he had more. You know, when somebody loses like a small game, like even 5-a-side or 2-a-side soccer, he starts crying. And I'm thinking, why are you crying? Like, it's just grow up. Like, it's just. When we were in primary school, we used to go to after school club, and there was this scout, and this is how my brother got scouted by West Ham. He was 5, and he was like, they scouted my brother instead of scouting me. And I remember my dad asked as why, and he said that Micah doesn't have any passion for it. You can clearly see he's good, but his passion, because he has no passion, it's not going to take him anywhere. So you can liken it to like the Nazris and then like, immensely talented, but I really didn't have passion for the sport. My passion for football only built up when I got sent back to Nigeria because I was naughty as a child, and then I started playing football in secondary school in Nigeria, and it just skyrocketed like from there. I thought I was gonna play professionally when I came back, but I tried for West Ham, tried for 1 or 2 clubs. And then, I was always trialing like in the Christmas period, like when I would come over for Christmas or come over for Easter. It was never like during the summer, obviously. And then, I mean, when I finished, my parents asked me like, what do I want to do? Because I was so really good in that. There are a lot of people that you follow. I just don't talk about it. That know how like I just don't like talking about it because it's the past. Like I don't really dwell on it, but they know how some people DM me all the time. Like, why didn't you ever? And I just thought that maybe just wasn't meant to be on the actual playing field. Maybe it was just meant to be through verbally, just speaking about it. And, I guess I've got a small backing or small, growth based off of talking about it rather than playing the sport.
Yeah. We're both in the same boat. I mean, my younger brother's a professional, and the same thing with me is like I just kind of fell out of love with the sport when I moved to America, and like as I got older, I started realizing I actually love the sport entirely way too much. So that's why I kind of got into a different way of talking about football, doing this. And it's also more fun not, doing this because you have to get to talk shit about players like Coutinho. I love talking shit. Like by far one of my favorite things in football. Speaking of Coutinho, one of the things I actually want to kind of speak to you, I know you're a big Dybala fan. If people don't know that you're a huge fan of his. That kind of role is kind of dying out in a sense, like the number 10 role in a sense. Like, what do you feel like is the attribute to that? Like now football's going.
I mean, I've done a podcast about it, but I feel that not a lot of people have probably noticed. I didn't try and pull it out there. When I used to record, though, like you do, I do it for more self-satisfaction or just to make sure that my thoughts are out there.
Sure.
But I just feel that as a 10 like Coutinho or some of these players, unless you're exceptionally good, like an exception to the rule, I do believe how coaches view it these days is just a position that you can sacrifice to add more bodies in the midfield, especially given the way like how football is, a lot of transitions, packing the midfield. And I feel that there hasn't been, in relation to overall performance, there hasn't been a number 10 who is like as differential or as much as big as a differential as Kaka. If we go in, I mean, you had Schneider, but Schneider still played part of the midfield. He was ready to work for Mourinho.
Yeah.
Kaká was just like an out and out 10, and because he was so good, the last player, well, obviously bar Modric now, the last before them, before Ronaldo and Messi, Kaká was the exception to the rule in the last player who won Ballon d'Or, and as a 10, he was so good. But like a lot of the 10s now, like you said, Coutinho.
Isco. You cannot forget about Isco.
Isco. Oh my God. Don't Coutinho, Isco. I wouldn't even call Dybala like a 10. I feel like because he's played a lot as a striker, a second striker, a right winger, left winger, because he scores goals. But Coutinho, Isco, who else? If not before, like Eriksen changed as well. They're luxury players, and I don't think they're as consistent enough for you to say, okay, I'm going to build my team around you. Like Klopp, there was an interview that Klopp did when he first got to Liverpool.
Yeah.
He saw Coutinho and said, this guy's got so much quality, but didn't have the, like, I think he tried them on short distance sprints, work rate. He didn't have that. And then if you add that to how inconsistent he is, it's a risk. You understand what I'm saying?
No, I was going to say, with Coutinho is like when he shoots, right, and he scores and like he has his worldly goals, everyone kind of forgets like everything that he does before. It's like, it's not that good, it's really not that good, the things that he does. So,
He's a risk of a player. There's more risk than reward.
Yeah.
Do you want to, I mean, he does have individual moments of brilliance. We can't take that away from him, but it's so fleeting, like it's so in between. Like if we're comparing to like I said, Kaká, you get what I'm saying? That was like week in, week out match winner. Like you could count in him. You can't count on Coutinho. And if you can't count on a player like that during this age, you got to sacrifice. Liverpool sacrifice. And I think what's now is that a lot of 10s now need to know how to play on the wings.
Yep.
If you can't play on the wing, then you play, as a midfield free. And like the only person who's like, how can I say? Well, the first person who's properly like developed all round, I would say like is KDB. I feel like what KDB thrives on is that he's really, out of all the 10s that we've mentioned, I probably think he's like the fastest in kind of transition.
Yeah,
and
you see it with City all the time. He's always leading the counter.
He's always really, he's quicker than people, even when he plays with Hazard in Belgium, very quick on the transition. They play between and behind Lukaku. And I feel like Coutinho doesn't have the speed, always cutting back, always trying to shoot. He slows down the play a lot. They did it with Isco as well. So many times for Madrid, they'll pass to him in his half, they'll be on the counter, he'll cut back.
Because that's just what he is. He just, like I said, those guys are just aesthetically pleasing footballers who just piss you off. Like that's really what they are to me. But quickly, I know like kind of, I'm going to rush through a little bit of things, but given, the Premier League and seeing how the top six are, who would you see that will be at end of the end of the year will be a top six? Like I know City and Liverpool basically those two for the league. Like no one believes in Tottenham. Tottenham doesn't even believe in themselves. So
I wish I could believe in Tottenham. I would like them to win the league.
Yeah.
But what my top six would be in order?
Yeah.
Oh, City, Spurs, Liverpool. Yeah, I feel like Liverpool are gonna bottle like really badly. So I've got City, Spurs, Liverpool.
I know you want to say it.
United, Chelsea, Wolves.
Hey, you have Arsenal not finishing the top.
I don't have Arsenal finishing in the. Yeah. I don't have with the way they're trending now. I really don't have Arsenal. Arsenal are sixth currently.
Yeah.
They've got a couple
they got a whole bunch of games, and I know Europa League is coming up, Champions League's coming up. Speaking of Champions League does start next week. Who do you have winning Champions League, and who do you have winning Europa League?
Europa League, I'll probably give it to. Who's in the Europa League right now?
And who cares? That's the thing. It's like it's so many. It's
probably Napoli.
Napoli, okay.
Napoli, like given that Atletico Madrid remained. Yeah, I would give Valencia finished third in their group, I do believe.
Yeah, Valencia's in Europa League
Valencia's
as well.
Valencia's very good. Lyon's in Europa League, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
I think they are. Yeah, I think Lyon's in there as well.
I'll give
I
it
just
to
know that.
Napoli a bit strong under
Yeah.
but it just depends on what he prioritizes. Obviously, they're still in
Mhm.
Champions League places within the league, so
Yeah.
is the Europa League, like a priority for them? In relation to the Champions
Mhm.
League, right now, it's a toss up. It's very very hard for me to say, but
Mhm.
I'd go Barcelona right now. They look
As long as you have Messi on your team, I
they
mean,
look
you're good.
they
That
look
I was watching the Valencia game last week, and I was just watching. I was just like, I've seen a lot of football in my life, and my favorite player of all time is Ronaldo, Brazilian Ronaldo. But I was just watching him. I was like, this guy's just amazing. I was like, every week we just see something with him. It's just like the goal he scored, the way he bends the ball behind defenders is
Benzema.
just it's
I
it's,
mean,
it's, it's just silly. So as long as you have Messi on your team, for me, it's just like you have a chance of winning anything. So except for
especially
Argentina.
how especially how they've
Yeah.
strengthened as well.
Mm-hmm.
Usman Dembele has really picked up form. And I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
he's injured, but he's picked up a
He's
lot of
finally tapped
form.
into his potential. That
Yeah,
guy, that guy's
he's
yeah.
finally. And surprisingly, I've got Barcelona. I only have Barcelona as like very clear because Juventus, Atletico Madrid. I don't know. Like once, I don't know who's going to knock who out. It's very
Yeah.
tight. Um,
And Juventus right
well,
now going through a bunch of injuries. And their back
even
four
City.
is just it's not good. Their back four is terrible. I saw when they were playing against Parma, I saw their back four. I was like, that's not a back four you want to put to win Europe. It's just not a good enough back four.
The
So
only thing is that you can, because Juventus are like clearing the league, I can expect a lot of their players to be rested
for sure, we'll come back.
in relation to that. But the only team that I can see like as clear, like right now, like I feel like they are is Barcelona. I would like to say PSG, but I personally feel like they're going out. I don't see where they're going without Neymar. I can't see where they go.
Yeah, and you know me, I'm a United fan, so I don't believe Pierre, but I'm not worried about them. And then I'll be worried on Tuesday, but that's life. But
Yeah.
man, I want to thank you so much for your time. We really, really appreciate you. We definitely try to get you back on. We're gonna definitely try to get you back. Guys, don't forget to follow Micah on Twitter. Micah is great. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching the Shirtless Plantain Show. We'll be back with more episodes, and thank you guys once again. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.